Hey guys, what's going on? This is Xenox Gamer here, and I'm going to bring you my Jungle Nautilus guide. So today we're going to be going over runes, masteries, how to build him, and his abilities as well. I'll be showing off some gameplay, showing off some team fights as well, some ganks, and a jungle path for you. So let's get right into that. So we're going to be going into the masteries here first. So I do a 21 defense, 9 utility. I do go into resistance, so I get that +6 magic resist. You can go into enlightenment if you really want to, if you want some cooldown reduction, but with this build we're going to have a lot of cooldown, and you'll mainly have blue buff for the first part of the game anyway, so you should be okay. So go on that. I also get 4 points in swiftness for that extra movement speed, because Nautilus is a very slow champion, as well as runic affinity, of course, because we are going to be having those jungle buffs. Then we'll go into the runes right here. So very quickly, attack speed reds, so 15% attack speed there. You scale a lot better with that than pretty much anything else. It's going to help you do a lot more damage in the jungle, as well as land those auto attacks for the stun later on. So we are going to go into flat armor yellows. That's just pretty much standard jungle runes for that, as well as magic resist per level blues and movement speed quints. So we are going to be focusing on a lot of movement speed with Nautilus because he is, again, very slow. He does have mobility with his Q, but being that you are going to be the main initiator for the team and movement speed is very highly valued, that's what we're going to stick by. So that's that. So we're going to jump into some gameplay here. I'm going to show you jungle paths as well as build and abilities. So let's get into it. Alright, so now that we talked about runes and masteries, we'll go into the items really quickly. So that's the core build for Nautilus. You're always going to be looking for HP, armor, and magic resist. Now keep in mind, depending on the enemy team composition, you're always going to want to prioritize either armor or magic resist. So if they're doing more magic damage, you want more magic resist. If they're doing more attack damage, obviously you want more armor. With always keep in mind that Nautilus W does scale with health, and HP is also very good. So you can either go Ninja Tabby or Merc Treads or Boots of Mobility for your boots. It doesn't really matter, it just depends on if they have enough CC to warrant going Merc Treads, or if they have enough attack damage for Ninja Tabby. Mostly you'll go Boots of Mobility, only because that allows you to clear a great amount of distance very shortly. The rest of the core items are there to give you the stats that you need, as well as Shirelias and Randuins are very good for you to either initiate and run away, and once you get into the team, you can pop your Randuins active, and that's going to slow them down and slow down their attack speed and allow your team to get in a very good position as well. With this, you're getting a lot of movement speed, you're getting a lot of regen, you also have an incredible amount of armor, and you're getting a pretty safe amount of magic resist with runes and masteries as well. Other items you can go are Sunfire Cape, Banshee's Veil, Abyssal Scepter, Guardian Angel. You can go a few others too, but those are some of the best, depending on what you need, if it's more armor or if it's more magic resist. Guardian Angel, sorry, is always good, because, I mean, it almost gives you a second life, right? So at least you're going to come back with a bit of health and mana, and you can hopefully clean up the enemy team from there. We'll just jump into the gameplay. So we'll be starting off at wolves. They do spawn at 1 minute and 40 seconds, so you're able to actually do your wolves before your blue, provided you get a little bit of help, and that's what we're going to get here. So we'll go through the abilities really quickly. So his passive is a stun. It's tied to his auto attack, as well as it can't trigger more than once every 12 seconds on the same target, which means that you can actually auto attack someone on the other team and stun them, and then switch to another target and stun that person immediately. It does give you bonus damage, and that's very important for jungling. So we'll go to his Q. So this is basically like a blitz grab, but it works a little bit differently, and it pulls you and your target to each other. So instead of pulling them from your point, pulling them from them to you, it pulls you guys together. And then we have the W next. So this is your bread and butter skill. This gives you damage mitigation and a shield, as well as a cleaving damage dot over time effect that allows you to clear the jungle. So we'll move to his E. So this is Riptide. It's an AoE explosion that emanates from him and does magic damage as well. It's a 30% slow for 2 seconds at rank 1, which isn't too bad. It is on a 10-second cooldown. And then we have the ultimate. This is the most important skill as far as team fights start happening. This is something that is going to drastically throw the fight in your favor, provided you get a very good depth charge off. So this, you place it on a target, and it explodes through the ground, knocking up enemies it passes through, and then knocks up the target that you actually put it on, and then stuns them for 1 second when they land. So it does deal magic damage as well, and that is a very, very, very good AoE for your team. Alright, so we're going to be starting here really quickly. So we do start W at level 1, and wolf spawn, pop the W. Now the very important thing to note here, I auto-attack the big wolf twice and then switch targets. You'll see this with wraiths as well. Because the passive gives you bonus damage on the target, it's very good to switch targets to put out more damage as well as your W. So Xerath is going to give us a very nice leash here. He's going to be kiting back and forth, making blue follow him, and we're going to take very, very, very little damage here. We're going to get a heal from Soraka, and there we go. Don't even have to use any potions. Full health, still have the shield, level 2. So we're going to be moving on here to the wraiths. So typically I'll start blue, or start wolves, sorry. Go to blue, do my wraiths, go do double golems, and then get my red. So you're going to be leveling W first. That is your main damage skill. So here we go. So auto attack each individual one, get the bonus damage off, and finish this off with an E. So you have pretty decent clearing in the jungle. He isn't the fastest jungle clear, but he doesn't need to buy wriggles or anything like that. So that's a very nice bonus as well. So we'll do double golems again, auto attacking each individual creep just to get that bonus damage off. And so as far as leveling abilities go, we want to start with the W. So we're going to start level 1 W. Going to put a point into E at level 2. Level 3, you can either put another point in W, or you can go Q if you want to go for an early gank. Typically, I'll most likely put a point in W and keep farming for a little bit. But as I see Darius getting pushed top here, I am going to wait and see how this gank goes. I do get a point in my Q and see if we can make something happen, but Darius was a little slow to react. So the gank didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but this is an example of a gank gone wrong. Missed my Q there. That wasn't going to end up doing anything anyway, but so that's that. So still have our cloth 5 going, so that's the items I personally like starting with. The 5 potions do give you a lot of sustain in the jungle. You can do boots 3 potions if you want. Most likely, as far as I like to play anyway, I like to farm quite a bit, so I do like the additional sustain from that as well. Alright, so this is from the same game, so I'm just going to show you a gank here. Now, bottom is warded. All I have is my cloth armor as well, so I don't have any boots or anything like that. But because the enemy team is actually pushing quite far, we're going to be able to see what happens here. So I'm going to pop right over this ward. Not a very good play on my part, but they are very, very, very far pushed. So me and Graves are going to come in here. Going to land my Q on Lux, pull her in, stun her with the auto, throw out the E for the stun, initiate my W, auto attack, and that was that. So very easy kill there. Now, positioning wise, this is not good for us, but we did see the enemy team kind of walk over the ward by dragon, and Varus is by himself. So I want to see if we can catch him out and take him out of the fight immediately, and we'll have a lot easier of a time. So I'm just going to press play here. So really quickly, I'm going to see if we can jump on him and take him out. So I pop my W, get the stun, get the slow, pull him in. He blows both of his summoner spells, so that's good. At least we did something with that. So the enemy team decides to dive at our turret, and Cho'Gath is taking a lot of turret hits. So I get a nice pull on him, take him down. I ult Morgana just to make sure, and that's that. The enemy team just tried to do Baron. They got kind of low, and they saw us all coming, and we're pretty healthy. So we're going to try and initiate on this, and show you kind of the power of Nautilus CC. So I'm coming up in here, my team's following. Gonna try and land some stuff here. Miss my grab actually, land on the wall, so it's not too big of a deal. Get an E off on Lux, turn around for the stun. Morgana actually pops her ult, which is a pretty bad play on her part, only catching nobody in there. So here we go. So I'm kind of backing off because they're by the turret. Our Graves actually ults over the wall, They get a kill on our Darius, and I'm pulling back, so they start getting a little bit more confident. Xerath is actually sieging over the other side there, just blew his ult. I'm about half health, but our AD carry is still very healthy, so is our Soraka. So it's going to happen. Xerath actually goes down, gets a double kill, and I'm starting to retreat here. We're pulling back, kind of trying to bait them in, and Cho'Gath being healthy, not really afraid. So I get a nice grab on Diana here, pop my E on 2 of them, throw out the auto attack for the stun. She flashes away, throw out my ult on Varus. Cho's kind of in the back of the team, not doing all that much. Lux gets a nice bind. Varus goes down, but we still have 4 members, decently healthy. Still have Soraka for those heals, and Graze is going to go in and start putting some pressure on Cho'Gath. So I'm going to back up, because I'm getting a little bit low. Get a nice heal from Soraka here, and Xerath actually goes down, picks up Lux, and he's going to pick up Diana right here. And we're just going to be pushing in the minions. And there it is. So Cho gets the kill on Xerath, and so there's only 3 of us alive, but our AD carry is still very healthy. And black shielded Cho'Gath is going to come in, but they don't bother checking the bush. I'm still here, so I'm waiting to get on Morgana. So I come out of the bush, pop my W, get the auto attack stun, throw out my E, get the Q in there just to pull her in, pick up the kill on that one. So Cho goes to ult Graves, gets a nice heal from Soraka. And I'm just going to keep on Cho here, because at this point in time there's not much he can do to me. His ult's down, so I'm not really too worried. And going to be getting some auto attacks in here, so he just got exhausted. Just missed a very fail grab right there. But that's okay, he's going to flash, I'm going to flash in response. And I'm going to follow him under the turret here. So after this team fight, we actually push, we win, and that was about it. So it was a little weird of a team fight, because it was kind of initiation, then we back off, and the enemy team just kind of makes some bad plays, and we actually acing them. So I popped Trellius just to get out of there. Got really low, but at this point, from this we're able to actually push and win. This entire game we're actually behind a couple thousand gold for most of the game, and that was a pretty big team fight for us. So we end up picking up Baron, we push, we win, and that's game. So really quickly, finish my Abyssal Scepter and do have a Chain Vest there. I still have my Heart of Gold for that passive gold. And that's pretty much about it. So that's my guide on Jungle Nautilus. Show you a few clips here and there. He's actually a very easy jungler to get used to. And all you gotta do is keep in mind that his ganks are very strong. And he's a little bit slow of a farmer as far as clearing the jungle goes, but he makes up for it with some very excellent ganks, provided you can land the Q. And that's it. So guys, I will see you next time. And don't forget to leave any comments, suggestions, criticisms, anything like that. If you like the video, please thumbs it up. If you like this, I will be making probably more of these, along with some other kind of style of videos as well. So stay tuned. See you later, guys.